Hi, you guys, and welcome back to episode 2 of the Music Playbook. Last week, we had the pleasure of speaking to Miss Ari and her side of the industry, with creating her own show to getting her foot into the business and just kind of going over all that end, right? Today, we have this pleasure of speaking to Mr. Legaci once again. For those of you guys who do know, he was our first person that we interviewed when this concept of the Music Playbook was just a school assignment. So it'd be great to have him on again for the actual podcast. We're going to get more in depth into what he does and what's coming up for him. So let's get to it. All right. So, do you want to get into it? We're just get going?
Let's do it.
All right.
You're
First
the
of all,
boss.
love the jersey, even though I'm a Dodgers fan, but it's okay. I decided to go with football today. So
Oh,
we're
swag.
switching
Yeah,
it.
I had a Giants jersey and I don't know where it went. I think my dad has it. So.
All right. So I just want to say thank you once again for coming back in. This is technically our second interview together, but first for the official podcast itself, which is really, really exciting. You were very not kind enough to have me use you for our school assignment, which kind of inspired this podcast to even start in the first place. So now we're here. This is the actual podcast itself. And of course, I had to bring you back on for the real deal,
Let's go.
Now, for those who did not tune into the first podcast, it is still out on SoundCloud. If you guys want to go try to go search for that, I'm not going to post it again. We're gonna this is the new one. This is the new one we're doing here.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get going again. We'll do another quick introduction for those who haven't seen the original podcast or don't know who you are. So for everyone who's just tuning in, do you want to give us a quick intro of who you are and what you've been up to since the last time we've talked?
Yeah. Well, I'm Legaci. I'm an independent artist. I'm out of Houston, Texas. I was born in Newark, New Jersey. I'm 27. I'm a dad. Most importantly, above all. So I'm an artist. I'm a dad. I'm a nerd. I don't know. Like that's what I am. Like I'm like I know people try to put on like a persona or whatever, but it's so hard to like not be me while I'm doing music. You know what I mean? So it's like is what you get, and whether we're friends or we're not. So yeah.
Hey, and you gotta stay at the end of the day, you have to stay true to yourself.
Yeah,
in order to,
exactly.
I feel like in order to be able to fully do what you love, you have to be true to yourself. Because if you're trying to be something that you're not, it's gonna reflect in what you do.
Oh, 1000%. Yeah. Yeah.
Since the last time that we've spoken, it's been about what, like 5-6 months or so. It's been a bit. It's been some time. So since the last time we've spoken, what has been your main focus as an artist?
Wow. It's funny because a lot of the when I came back from Denver after the last time we spoke, let me break it down. We had just got back from I think the Denver trip. No, it was like a couple months prior, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So yeah. So I was like, in the moment I was after Denver, I was like, yeah, I'm inspired. I'm ready to get back home and get to work, get going, whatever. But it was like life was like, you got to live life a little bit real quick. We got to humble you. And I was like, what? So it was like just one thing after another, finding a new job, getting a new car and, all that. And then while being a dad. And so I was like, okay, cool. I'll go to the studio next week. I'll go this weekend. I got to figure this out. I'll do that. 1 week turned into 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, 3. So the past like 8 months, I went back to Jonathan. Shout out to Jonathan.
Shout out to Jonathan.
Shout out to Jonathan. He gave me a journal, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick it up, and I'm gonna go old school. I want to feel like I'm that teenager again, writing in notepads and notebooks, and just writing raps in school and class and whatever when I should have been doing my work. But so I was like, you know what? Let me tap back into the root of it all, like music. Why did I fall back to the basics, right back to the basement? So I wanted to head back and just kind of retouch with me at 16 or at 14, how hungry I was and stuff. So I kind of just I've been sitting back, I've been chilling, I've been a dad, I've been gaming with you guys every night or not. So we're planning some things that we can't speak about yet. So just the ball is rolling, as far as I guess other stuff that you need to do as an artist, music wise. Yeah, I've been writing, I've been going back and forth. We do have the single coming out next month. But really it's just been working with all the stuff, like behind the scenes, really. You want to say hi,
all the fun stuff,
make a little cameo?
Make cameo.
Yeah.
Everyone's added Priscilla.
For real.
Oh, thank
But yeah, but yeah, so it's been that just getting like a lot of the background stuff, rolling and wanting to get all that under control so I can tap back into the music and get back into that creative space.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Now,
hmm
talking about taking it back.
hmm
So you are not originally from Texas, right?
no, not at
Yeah.
all.
You're originally from
New Jersey,
yeah,
New Jersey, Newark, New
Jersey.
Jersey. Yeah,
Now, where in Jersey did you grow up and what was that
Mhm.
environment like from what you can remember?
Yeah,
And how
yeah,
did that like inspire you creativity? Like creatively now? Like how
yeah.
how did your roots get you to where you are now?
Yeah. I think for the most part, yeah, like I was in Jersey till about I was born in Newark, New Jersey. We'll start there. I was born in Newark, New Jersey, and we lived there up until I was about 7 years old. Um, and we moved around a little bit. From what I can remember, there was two houses that I really remember. But the environment was really just family. Music was like immediate. Like immediately introduced, immediately around from as far as I can remember. I had uncles. Every Sunday we would get together and we would all do this barbecue and. At the end of the barbecue, when all the adults were, drinking beer or whatever, just hanging out, playing card games and stuff, well, the three brothers would break out into songs. They would bring, acoustic guitar, a little Congo drum, and they would bust out into mana songs, full out like just singing, we're all like just chilling and
Classics.
everybody's singing like classics. So I remember as a kid just sitting, in front of them, crisscross, just looking at them in awe, like, wow, like how do you do that? How do you make music? What's a note? What's a chord? What's this? What does that mean? So it was immediate curiosity, immediate like, well, what is that? And so that kind of carried as I got older. And I think a lot of the time now, I do look back at home because I guess the styles and the flows and the artists that I've looked at, they've all come from the East Coast. And growing
Okay.
up with uncles that are, you know, uh, damn near now my age, looking back at 7 now, they were my age at that time. They were listening to, a lot of East Coast stuff, a lot of Big Pun, a lot of, reggaeton, even then, like Don Amar or Tego and stuff like that. So all that rhythm, all that, was kind of instilled in me. And that's just that East Coast style, that swag that they have. I kind of wanted to incorporate that into the music. So it's definitely carried over. It's carried over into the music. It's carried over into like, the lifestyle and just, things that I like and stuff like that. So, but from what I can remember, like I said, it was very vague and it was fun. So I'm if we're gonna get into what I think we're gonna get into, I'm definitely excited.
Right. Now, so with being a musician, with being a musician nowadays, a lot of the ways for you to get your name out there is creating
Yeah.
your own content. Now, obviously,
Right.
I follow you on social media. Everyone should.
Mhm.
His links will be down in the bio later. Y'all can go follow him. Go listen to his music.
Swag.
We'll get back into that point again later. But
Yeah.
I've been seeing you get a lot more comfortable in front of the camera, and that's
Yeah.
that's something hard.
Yeah.
That's not an easy thing to do. Now,
hmm
what changed in your mindset
Yeah.
that made you say, you know what, I need to get to this again? Like, what was holding you back from doing
Yeah.
that originally?
I think, as crazy as it sounds, I think just being shy. That's all. Really just being shy in front of a camera and like being comfortable with filming yourself. Like I was comfortable enough with having my sister's recorded damn near, everything I've done when it comes to music, right? Studio sessions, music videos, BTS, photo shoots, meeting people, whatever. She's been there. She's been my right hand, she's been my lens, you know. So obviously we gotten older, she has her life to live, she has her life to build, and she's pursuing, her career in film. And so,
Oh, that's awesome.
along the line, yeah, yeah. So, along the line, I was like, well, I can't just wait around for her and text her like, hey, can you come over today? Come, let's film this thing, and I started to realize I can't hit her up every single time I want to film a reel or a TikTok. And I'm like, damn, what am I gonna do? I'm like, oh, well, duh, you have a phone. Film yourself.
Yeah.
So it was it was kind of just a sit down and I told myself, like, what are you waiting for? Like, why are you waiting for other people to do it for you? Just do it. Like what's the. And it was just that
Just
initial like,
do it.
do it. Yeah, like, just do it, literally. And so it was that it was but it was the initial like It's a little awkward. I don't know. Like, can I, like, I'm that I give props to people that film themselves in public because, hey, I'm not there yet. I don't know
Yeah.
if I'll be able to do that.
I
Cause,
even have
oh,
trouble with that. Like,
yeah,
it's
no,
it's
I'm
like
like,
people are perceiving me.
yeah.
Like,
And I'm like, don't look at me, please. Let me film my TikTok in peace.
and the thing is, like, the thing with that is, like, people aren't paying attention. Like, realistically, like,
They're
no
not.
one is looking at you. But when you're
It's
in a
all in her.
situation like this, if you're like, everyone is staring at me right now, they're gonna think
Oh
I'm
my
weird. Like,
Oh my god, dude, you're preaching to the choir because it's literally that. It's being shy and just being like uncomfortable and wanting to be comfortable. So I was like, screw it, I'm gonna do it. It's like I keep saying I'm gonna do it. No, it's time to really do it. So yeah, and at the same time, I'm trying to figure out the content. Like, what do I post? What do I talk about? Do I just post day in a life, or do I do like me at the obviously like there's the ideal situation like day at the studio, or hey, come with me to go film this video or whatever, but I want to show people a little bit, not a whole lot, but I want to show them just a little bit of like my life, because I do feel like people don't really know me. They just know, oh, Legacy, he makes music. But getting that, you know giving them stuff to relate to, like, hey, I'm
that
just a bad.
personal, like, closeness kind of
Yeah,
thing. Like, just getting
yeah,
to
to
know
like,
who you are behind
right,
the music. Like,
behind the music.
who you are, the person who creates music themselves. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, yeah.
exactly. So it's like, because people can make great music, but if I can curse on here, are you cursing on this podcast or no?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. A lot, you can make great music, but you could be a shitty person. You know what I mean? Like, you could be a horrible person, but it's like, damn, his music is great, but he sucks. Like, he's a horrible person. I don't. That's not me. I don't want to be that. Like, I want people to be like, oh, the music's good. Oh, damn, he's cool too. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Let me follow him. So it's like, yeah, it's just like it's just trying to gain also the trust in the sense of, hey, here's this song I posted, go listen to it. I want people to trust me enough to be like, okay, yeah, let me listen to what he has to say. Because if I just pop up on anybody's feed like, hey, go listen to my story or go listen to my song, please, it's like maybe one out
Like,
of
who
those
are
five people.
you?
Yeah, like, who the hell is this? Like, no, swipe, you know? So I realized, no, I got to get a little more in touch with, the social media aspect of it and all. It's a little challenging and definitely like overwhelming at first because it's a lot of people doing it and everybody, you see other people like you, for example, you're great at it, Devin's great, Psychonauts is great at it, so it's like I'm trying to get there, I'm like, no, I need to get comfortable behind the camera. Long story short, Jesus Christ.
No, no, you're fine. Hey, that's what we're here for. We got time.
Okay,
We got
cool.
time. Now, do you feel like creating these videos, creating this content visually? Do you feel like it's
Uh-huh.
harder than creating your music?
1000%. I can sit here and write 10 songs, right, if I wanted to. But to sit here and think of one idea for a video, I sat there, dude. I've held on, like the video I posted today, right?
Yeah,
It's literally cut up from like three different ideas that I had in mind. But I was like, oh well, these all fit. Okay, I'll just show kind of like a little promotion. Hey, please go stream my music, whatever,
yeah.
So, but I want to stay consistent. I don't want to miss a week at least. It's like if I at least post once a week, cool, or at least twice a week, whatever. That's cool. I hit my goal, but I don't want to like post for a week and then 2 weeks pass by and then I post again. You know what I mean? I'm trying to stay on top of it for sure.
Don't worry, I got you. I'll help you create a small little schedule for yourself. Don't worry, I got
Please. Yeah, I need that.
you. All right, let's see. So, okay, so you're in that stage right now that a
Mhm.
lot of artists don't talk about or don't get to talk about, which is
Yeah,
you're still building, you're still pushing. How do you stay motivated when
yeah,
things aren't there's like that stagnancy,
yeah.
that artists don't talk about?
Um, I think for me, it's always gonna be my kid. I think 100%. Like, and I think I have an advantage, in a sense, so to speak, because of that. When I feel down, when I feel like, it's not working, like I've been at this for 15 years, and I'm nowhere near where I want to be. But then also too, like recently, what I've been doing is like I've been kind of just sitting back and like, well, let me look at the last 15 years. What have I done? Oh shit, I did that. Damn, I also did that. We sold out that. He came to perform here. Wow. So it's like then you amp yourself up and you're like, no, I got it. I could do this.
Oh
I
yeah.
could I could do another year. I could do another month, And it's a lot of that. Just let me get to this year. Let me see what I can come up with and do this year. And so it's definitely my kid, and a lot of just being appreciative and grateful for what I've already accomplished. Letting me know, hey, you do have the power to accomplish things. Look what we've done already. How much further can you? It's almost like a pep talk. Like, all right, you want it?
Yeah.
Let's go. Like, I don't know if you've seen that Matthew McConaughey interview where he talks about his dad. He calls him about wanting to quit law school.
I have not, no.
No. Well, he calls him and he's like, I got this lump in my throat. I'm scared. I'm telling my dad, like, like, Dad, I want to quit law school and I want to go into acting. And he's like, I'm ready. I'm waiting for the what the fuck? Whatever.
Yeah.
And his dad's like, okay, you sure? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I want to do. And he's like, all right, all right, big boy, go get it then. Go do it. And so I give myself that. And I think my dad is also giving me that. He's like, all right, you want to do this? And my uncle, the one that's really helped me with music here. He told me at 14, okay, this is the rest of your life then. I don't want to hear no at 20 years old, I can't do it anymore. No, you want to do it? Let's do it. And
That's
here we
awesome.
are.
Yeah, it's
So,
always great having that backing, like,
yeah.
especially and, it kind of going off a topic a little bit, well, kind of, it's still kind
Mm,
of all together, but especially being in Hispanic households,
yeah.
going up to family and saying you have this dream of doing
Yeah.
anything in music or anything creatively, because I was the same way for a while. When I
Mhm.
first told my parents I was going to school, because I was originally a music major when I first started going to school. I
Yeah.
wanted to get into music therapy. That was like my basis.
Oh, wow.
And eventually I tapped
Yeah.
into the business side of it. So I, started going and I decided to get my degree in music business.
Yeah.
My parents were like, "What are you going to do with music? Like, why are you studying music?"
Mm,
And it's like, it's not your traditional route, It's
yeah.
always, especially like, a lot of Hispanic households are very much like, like chopped, like get to where you're supposed to,
Work,
like
work,
kind of
work.
like work,
Yeah.
yeah, work, work, work.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and the doctor, teacher, whatever,
Yeah.
just get your money
Something
kind of thing.
to something to contribute to society, but you're getting paid
Yeah.
good for it?
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Like,
and
how are you gonna take care of your future? Like, you're gonna have a
yep.
family. Like, what do you get? Like, they don't. A lot of them don't see that. So having that
Yeah.
backing of a family being like, you know what, chase your dream. Like,
Yeah.
this
And
is what you want to do. Chase your dream.
yeah, 1000%. I'm very fortunate that my entire family was like that, from my
Yeah,
parents to my grandparents to my uncles. They've all been there for shows. They've supported. They've bought tickets. They've bought T-shirts. So like they've been like the cheerleaders, so to say, in the
yeah, that's
corner.
awesome.
And
Yeah,
so it's yeah, it feels good because I've heard stories obviously from friends or other whether they do music or whether they do sports or something and they want to pursue that. They're like, I just wish my mom or my dad were supported. They want me to get
yeah,
a this kind of job and stuff. So I feel definitely fortunate and blessed. Yeah.
yeah. Now, all right, tapping it. Speaking of creative stuff,
Yeah.
you're also doing something crazy with your previous project.
Yeah.
You have a comic book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crawford, right? You have this
Yeah.
whole world. It's officially out, right? I think the
It
pre-sales
is.
and stuff are going to be, yeah, everything's already been sold. So,
Yep.
how did that idea start? Like, how did that idea come
Mhm.
about? Like, and obviously, like Crawford himself, he's connected to your music, right? He
Yeah.
is a reflect, like he is you, basically. Like you guys
He's
are one.
yeah. If you open the front page of or the two front pages of the comic book, me and Rick both put an illustrator. Rick, he's the one that illustrated the whole comic. He illustrated, colored, put together, printed, shipped. He's doing everything. I sat here and I just wrote the story with them, wrote character names, we created the universe, but he did the work. All of the work of what he's been doing, and for the final product. Now, when you open the comic book itself, we both put an artist letter to the reader, and in mine, in the end, I do say, Dez is a reflection of everything that I wish I was. You know what I mean? As a kid or as a teenager, with the common not having confidence as a teenager, you feel awkward, you feel whatever. And so I wanted, Des Crawford to be a reflection of that, of like, just to give like the everyday kid, like, hey, no, like, you couldn't be that scrawny kid from wherever. You could still be Spider-Man. You know what I mean? So it was very much that too. Yeah, Spider-Man was definitely a big, like, Peter Parker, that character. He was very much a big inspiration for the comic book. Like, I want to give this guy, he's like down in the weeds, and he's down to his last penny, and he's fighting for everyday life, day to day, and but he's still pushing, and I wanted that for a character. So I came to Rick and I was like, yo, like, how do we extend this character? Like, I really want to, keep going with this Crawford. I really like that name. And so Rick was like, yo, shot in the dark. What if we just show like his young days, like his early days as how he
Okay.
became to be this skilled bounty hunter? And it was instant, like, no brainer, like, oh shit, okay, bet. And we dove in for a week. I think we wrote the whole story, and like we have to come in like a week, right? We sat down and plotted the whole first issue, and then we're ready to move on to the next one, and we haven't even begun production on the second half of this whole story. And so yeah, so it was really like full throttle. Like we came back from Denver, or during Denver, while we were planning all that. We were planning Crawford at the same time, while we were also figuring out the rollout for Starfield. So it was like juggling three projects
Everything.
at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was so stressed. And I don't know how we made it, but Crawford's out now, so it worked.
It sure is. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So tapping back into kind of what we covered the very first time you and I spoke, I'm going
Yeah.
back to the advice. For artists who are in the same stage as you are right now, so, still
Mhm.
building, still trying to figure things out, what is advice, or anyone who's starting,
Yeah.
um, what is advice that you would give them? And I'm going to bring up this question again because it's a good question the first time around. Obviously, things can change, but
Yeah.
what is something that you've learned that you wish you knew?
You're gonna meet a lot of people. You're gonna get a lot of yeses. You're also gonna get a lot of no's. A lot of no's. But you have to tell yourself after every no, the next one could be the yes. Whether it's for whatever goal you have in mind, whether it's to do your first show, to put out your single, to um, you know, um, I don't know, start your role, whatever you want to do creatively, you're gonna get
Yeah.
no's. Most importantly, but I think the biggest thing is just like I said, I guess last time, like just do it. You know what I mean? Like as hard as that seems, or as cliche as it seems, or whatever, there's no better way to put it than to just say, you know what, I'm gonna die one day. We're all gonna die one day. I'd rather do it in this lifetime, and say, hey, I tried, didn't work, but I tried, oh well. And you never know, like, what if it does work? What if it works? Tell yourself that. I'm looking at the camera this time. Tell yourself that.
For
What if
everyone
it
watching right
works?
now.
Yeah. What if it works?
Yep.
What if? So do that crazy idea. Just do it. You got nothing to lose. Nothing but time, so to say. But time goes. When the world continues, whether you chase your dreams or not, the world's gonna go on, and other people are gonna keep chasing.
Yeah, there's never anything wrong with investing in yourself, whether it's an idea
Yeah.
that you have, time, like, again, like you mentioned, time, money, anything that'll. There's no price on happiness. You
One
chase your
thousand
dreams,
percent. Yeah,
chase your
for
dreams.
sure. Yeah, man.
Obviously, we've kind of covered a little bit of everything. You've got a lot of stuff
Hmm.
coming up. You've got music coming up. You're posting your content, the comic
Yeah.
book, um, other stuff that we don't
Yeah.
know fully if we're talking about yet, but we'll find
Right.
out later.
Yeah. We'll get the approval from Jonathan.
Yeah. Now, what can people expect next from you? Do you have any other, any upcoming things that you have going on, whether it be
Yeah.
music, any small shows? I know you have a couple shows you've been posting about, so
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah. So yeah. So we have a couple things. We definitely have a couple projects. I will go ahead and announce one because you said it'll be out in 3 weeks, and I'm pretty sure we'll have a poster, some sort of announcement for that show. But oh, excuse me. July, or no, I'm sorry. Let me start with June. June 6th, we're doing a pop up show. It's called The Stew. We're gonna have multiple vendors. Everybody's gonna be selling like different things. Pokemon cards, pops. Collectible stuff. And then we'll have food. I think there's gonna be a food truck as well. There will be a bar. The people that own the venue, they're gonna have their own bartenders and everything. So there will be alcohol, soft drinks as well, but it is family friendly. It's going to be during the day. It's going to be in Tomball, Texas, here, close to me. So if you're in the area, come through. If you have nothing to do that weekend, come through. It's a Saturday. It'll be from 1 to 9. I know it's getting a little warm outside, but it is an inside outside venue, so you can come in, get cooled down, and go back outside, see the other venue. And I'll be performing some songs along with Intuano. He'll be there for a few records that we've done together. And yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Just come out for that one. So like I said, June 6th, and we'll have the I'll send you the flyer as well and the
That
info.
sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah. And then July 18th, we have another show, the big show here. We're putting it together. That's really much all I can say uh, as far as that, because I'm like I said, I just want to be careful on what I
Yeah,
say.
no, I get
Um,
it.
but July 18th, just expect the show. That's all I'm saying. Um, or I'll say this. I'll say in July. In July, expect the show because we're also looking at these two different dates. And as far as music, I mean, really, what you can expect next, I guess, in a sense, almost a slight rebrand in a way. I want to. There's kind of a look or this kind of vibe aesthetic that I want to give off. It's very, you know, the hero, a broken hero coming back home, after battle. Anakin Skywalker. Spider-Man, Peter Parker after the Goblin fight. He's just kind of he's gone through this whole thing, but just he's still holding himself up. So if I could
Yeah,
put Dez in a suit and he's all beat up and everything, that's kind of the feel what I'm going
that's the
for. Like,
vibe of
no,
what's
like
going.
that's the yeah. So it a lot more music, for sure. I have
And you
so
just
many
dropped a
things.
project recently too, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we did. So that's out now. We did two singles, two bigs. D&D just came out, and then Lingo's next. That's literally May 22nd. So literally right after this drops, go stream Lingo.
There you go.
But yeah, just keep looking out for music and just more content like what I've been posting. Just trying to get more comfortable, like I said, on camera and really interact, with people on Instagram or TikTok and just give them a little bit of an insight of what I do every day or who I am. So yeah, man, day by day.
Now here's a question that I want to toss in for like all the artists or like anyone that I
Yeah,
have coming in. Um, totally just came out of like literally just popped in my head right now. But
yeah.
who is your dream artist to work with?
Oh, J Cole.
J. Cole. Nice.
Yeah, immediate J Cole. I mean, Logic for sure, right? That's but something about J Cole this year
Hmm.
has just been more relatable in the sense of he's a dad of two. He really doesn't. He's never in the limelight, and I want to. I've always seen myself in that sense, kind of like Logic, kind of like J Cole, Kendrick, where they can come out, they can release these projects, they can be successful, they can tour them, they can do meet and greets or whatever, but they can also tap out of that and go back home and be dad, be husband, be a brother, whatever, and just be themselves, just be Kendrick, just be Jermaine, or be Bobby. I just want to be Brandon coming back home. So I want to
Yeah.
get myself to that level, and just be able to just disappear and be like, all right, cool, here's your music. Deuces.
All right.
You know
Enjoy.
what I mean?
I'll catch you guys
Enjoy.
later.
I'm gonna go play some rivals in MLB. I'll see you guys next month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I that's really, yeah, that's what I want.
Okay.
And J Cole really inspires that. So yeah,
Sounds good. All right. Now, wrapping it up quickly again, I just want to say
yeah.
thank you so much for being a part of this
Oh,
once again.
dude,
You
one hundred
know,
percent.
I'll link the first interview if you guys want to go watch the first interview
Yeah,
down in the comments. It was very much more structured for a school assignment, but still, you guys can get more
yeah,
insight there of who Brandon, who Legacy is there. But other than that, is there, where can people find you? Where can people follow you? Stream
yeah.
your music? Keep up with you in your
All that.
everyday.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean anywhere across socials, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Legacy, HTX, so LEGACI, HTX, and then Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you listen to your music at, Legacy. I'm usually the second or third person. Got to skip that Filipino band and then I'm next.
You guys, we gotta work on getting him number one. We gotta work on getting him the
I gotta,
number
I
one
gotta get,
legacy.
please. I got to.
We will. We
Oh
will
man.
definitely.
Yeah, we will. We definitely will. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate
Cool.
you and your time.
Yeah.
This was fun. This was a lot of fun. I love seeing your
Yeah.
progress. I'm really excited for your future. You're one of the there
Oh, thanks.
are a lot in our community. There are a
Hmm.
lot of musicians that we're surrounded by. A lot
Yeah.
of them are great,
Yeah.
but you definitely have it. Like you have the it
Mm.
factor. Like you can absolutely go places. And real quickly,
That's
but I'll probably will keep this in, but we'll see. But kind of, I
yeah.
was watching the Michael Jackson movie last night, right, and
Yeah.
seeing how
Great
I mean,
movie, by the way.
obviously, oh, it was so good. Oh my goodness.
10 out of
But I
10.
was
Me and
watching the
Priscilla
movie
loved
last
it.
night, yeah,
Yeah.
and it got me thinking again. With me just
Mm.
finishing my degree, like my music degree, right? I is you can totally do something like that. Like you can be big, you can be grand. Like, you have that personality, you
Yeah.
have the freaking talent. Like, it just, I don't know, it just kind of like inspired that like little bit in me. Like,
Yeah.
there's something about you and your music and your art. Just like we're gonna get you. Like, I'm trust
Yeah.
me. I
Shin's like,
I
no, we're
can't
gonna
even.
make this work.
No, yeah, like this is not even a challenge because it's not even gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be it. Like, we're
Yeah.
gonna do this. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
you're gonna
dude,
blow up.
that's literally how it feels sometimes. And you know, it's funny because like I've always heard that from other, you know, people telling other artists like they just have that it. And I've always had in the back of my head like I wonder what that it is. I wonder what it is. So, and you're like the second or third person to say that. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever it is, I'm gonna keep doing it. You know what I mean? And so it's like, yeah, man.
Yeah,
So, but
100%.
that's the goal. I want to be, you know, a household name. I want to be in your rotation, in your library. I want to be in your speakers, in your cars, in your. I want to be a part of your weddings, your your dates, your whatever. You know, I want to be a part of your life in that sense for you. I want to be the soundtrack to that. You know what I mean? So all while just being me. That's all. You know. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the future.
Yeah.
I think more than ever, more motivated, more ambitious, more you know, just like saying, fuck it, let's go do it. You know,
Yep.
screw it. Let's just do it, you know? So
Again, like you
yeah,
mentioned
dude.
earlier,
Thank you.
there's nothing. I mean, really, not much you can lose. You know, you just got to put yourself out there, and
Exactly.
that one thing's
And
gonna hit, and that's all it takes. You know, that's all it
exactly.
takes.
Something's gonna stick
Yep,
eventually.
something's gonna
Yeah.
stick.
Yeah.
Well,
So
Brandon, again, thank you so much.
yeah, man.
I appreciate you. I will
Oh yeah.
catch you probably later on Discord, but
Yeah, tonight on Discord. Yeah. We'll go put some rivals.
well, I
So
appreciate
I
you.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it for this one. All right, you guys, that was Legacy. Again, absolutely talented artist. If you guys haven't already, again, all his social media is going to be linked down below. Go hit him up. Go listen to this music. We're gonna make him the number one Legacy on Spotify, whatever social media platform. But very humble, very freaking amazing dude, wonderful dad, great friend. And I mean, y'all heard his story, and there's so much more to come. And I love sitting down with artists and kind of seeing their vision, seeing what they have planned. And yeah, so that was it for episode 2. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you guys like and subscribe for those who are watching on YouTube. And I honestly don't know what you can do on Spotify. So if you can like it on Spotify, that works too. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye.